Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope you all will be well. It is our lecture number 11 and today's topic is punctuations. Now we have to start the basics of punctuation skills. The correct use of punctuation is a key skill in writing. We have to learn how to use full stops, commas, exclamation marks, question marks and more. What is punctuation? Punctuation is a system of signs or symbols given to a reader to show how a sentence is constructed and how it should be read. Sentences are the building blocks used to construct written accounts. They are complete statements. Punctuation shows how the sentence should be read and makes the meaning clear. Every sentence should include at least a capital letter at the start and a full stop, exclamation mark or question mark at the end. This basic system indicates that the sentence is complete. Now we are starting with the capital letters. For punctuating a paragraph, it is important to know that when to use the capital letters. Now when to use capital letters? Number 1, at the beginning of the sentence. Like I have a sentence here that she is very pretty. Now you can see in this sentence that S is capital because it is the starting letter. In the beginning, every letter should be capital. Number 2, for the personal pronoun. Personal pronoun is I. If it is in the beginning of the sentence or it is in the mid of the sentence, I always should be capital. Number 3, for proper nouns like Quaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, England, America, Faisal Mosque, these are all the proper nouns. So every proper noun has the capital letter, the first letter should be capital. Number 4, for the books, television and radio programs, newspapers and magazines like The Times. You can see that the T, the and Times T. Both T are capital. Number 5, days of week or months of the year. Like if we talk about the days of the week like Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So every first letter of every day should be capital. And if we talk about the months of the year, so the first letters of the months should be capital. Next, historical periods or events, like if we talk about our Eid al-Fitr, Independence Day, so the first letter should be capital. Rivers, mountains, lakes and geographical regions. The Amazon, you can see that the first letters are capital. The Middle East, the first letters are the capital. Number 8, in addresses. Like if we talk about the addresses, suppose I have written here flat number 2, F is capital and London Road, L and R are capital. So these are the ways where we have to keep our first letter capital. Now we are going to talk about the basic signs of the punctuation. Here we have the basic signs of punctuation. You can see first is comma with the sign. Second, full stop. Third, exclamation mark. Fourth, question mark. Fifth, semicolon. Sixth, colon. Seventh, apostrophe. Eighth, quotation mark. Ninth, hyphen. 10th, brackets. And 11th, slash. Now we have to talk about these basic signs of punctuation in detail. Now we have the detail you can see in your video. First one is commas. The comma is useful in a sentence in following cases. Number 1, pause before proceeding. Pause before proceeding means that we have to put comma in a sentence or in a paragraph where we want to give a break and then we proceed to the next sentence. Number 2, add a phrase that does not contain any new subject. When we add a phrase in a sentence and we does not have any new subject, we have to put comma there. Separate items on a list. When we make a list and we write down different items on that list, we put the commas in between that items to make them separate. Number 4, use more than one adjectives. When we talk about the adjectives in a sentence, more than one adjectives in a sentence, then we have to put commas among them. So it was about the commas. Our next one is full stop, where we have to use the full stop. A full stop should always be used to end a sentence. We all know that when we want to end our sentence, we have to put full stop there. A single full stop may also be used to indicate the abbreviation of commonly used words as in the following examples. Telephone number. You can see that when we talk about the abbreviation of this word, TEL dot NO dot. So there we have to put the full stop. This dot means full stop. September. When we write September in the abbreviation form, we have to put full stop. Date of birth, D.O.B. So we have to put the full stop. These dots indicates the full stops, that when we talk about the abbreviation of the words, we have to put full stops that time. Our next one is exclamation mark, and we have the sign of the exclamation mark also. An exclamation mark indicates strong feeling within a sentence, such as fear, anger or love. It is also used to accentuate feeling within the written spoken word. For example, help, exclamation mark, I love you, exclamation mark. It can also be used to indicate a sharp instruction. For example, stop, exclamation mark, police, exclamation mark. Next one is, it can also be used to indicate humor, like ha 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 with exclamation marks. So the exclamation mark at the end of a sentence means that you do not need a full stop. Next is question mark. The question mark is simply indicates that a sentence is asking a question. It always comes at the end of a sentence. For example, what is your name with question mark? So we are asking a question from someone that what is your name? So we have to put the question mark in the end of the sentence. Note, the question mark is also serves as a full stop. Next one is semicolon. The semicolon is perhaps the most difficult sign of punctuation to use accurately. The semicolon is used in the following ways when joining two connected sentences. For example, we set out at dawn, semicolon, the weather looked promising. So when we join the two connected sentences, we have to put the semicolon in between them. Next, the semicolon can also be used to assemble detailed lists. For example, the conference was attended by delegates from Paris, France, semicolon, London, UK, semicolon, Colombo, Sri Lanka, semicolon, and Mumbai, India. So full stop, because we have to end the sentence, so there we have to put the full stop. Our next one is colon. The colon within a sentence means a very pointed pause between two phrases. There are two main uses of colon. It is most commonly used when listing. For example, she placed the following items into the trolley, colon, fruit, comma, vegetables, comma, cereals and cartons of milk, full stop. It can be used within a heading or descriptive title. For example, human resource management, colon. So when we have to give the descriptive title or when we have to give the heading, we have to put the colon at the end of that heading or title. Next is apostrophe. Apostrophe always comes with S. The apostrophe indicates possession or ownership. For example, the girl's hat was green. It is used instead of the preposition of. Another use of apostrophe is to indicate where a letter is omitted. For example, we are going to do this course. So the full form of this is we are going to do this course. Note, a common mistake is to confuse its with its apostrophe. Its indicates to the reader that a letter has been omitted. For example, it's a lovely day is an abbreviated way of saying it is a lovely day. Next is quotation or speech mark. Quotation marks are used to mark out the speech and when quoting someone else's speech. For example, my grandpa said, with quotation marks, share your chocolates with your friends. Quotation marks closed. Ali, don't do this! Exclamation mark and quotation marks. So you can see that we use the quotation marks when we mark out some speech and when we quoting someone else's speech. So then we use the quotation or speech marks. Next is hyphen. The hyphen is used to link words together. For example, subject hyphen part. 18th century people. You can see in between them the hyphen. Weekend. Second class post. Non-verbal. So you can see that here I use the hyphens. So hyphen is used to link words together. The hyphen is also used when a word is split between two lines. For example, I am going to attend a meeting in Islamabad. So here you can see that meeting is split into two lines, so there I use the hyphen. The next one is brackets. Brackets always come in pairs and are used to make a point which is not part of the main flow of a sentence. If you remove the words between the brackets, the sentence should still make sense. And our last one is slash. Many people use the slash instead of or, and, etc. But this is not always helpful to the reader. There is, however, a modern convention in gender neutral writing to use she, he. So it was our today's lecture. We will meet inshallah in our next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.